So the 2018-2019 NBA season is officially upon us, and we're almost at the midway point now. In this segment, we're just going to be looking at the top 6 NBA free agents coming up in the 2019 free agent class. So, Taryn, do you want to lead it off?
Yeah. So let's kick it off with Kemba Walker. Kemba Walker is an unrestricted free agent for the Charlotte Hornets. He is represented by Jeff Schwartz. That's right, we got mad facts here. He's averaging 28 points per game, around 7 dimes. He's literally a walking bucket. He is unreal, and he is literally the only bright spot for the Charlotte Hornets. So there's a lot of teams that are going to be after him this offseason, but who do you think are his prime targets?
Just to kind of touch on the Charlotte Hornets, I think Batum is just...
he's a waste.
He's a waste. Terrible player. Kemba Walker is the only bright spot, like you said, for that team. And I think if you're the Charlotte Hornets, you have to retain Kemba Walker some way, somehow. You have to give him an arm and a leg and about $37 million.
So if you're gonna give Kemba the max, and let's say Charlotte is the one that's gonna do it, what are you gonna get out of it? They're not gonna win a championship. What are you doing by paying him?
The man deserves the money.
He deserves it. I'm just saying, long term with Charlotte, what are we thinking here?
It's obviously not like Charlotte's not gonna do anything like anytime soon, and I'm probably gonna die, and they still won't be doing anything. I'm serious. Like
they might actually go back to the Bobcats at this point.
They will probably go back to the Bobcats. Jordan's going to sell it to LeBron James probably, and then who knows what's going to happen. They're not going to win any championships. They're going to be in the playoffs almost every season. They're going to get bounced first round.
Yeah.
Kemba Walker's going to be there until...
the end of time, exactly. When he's like 90 years old, he's probably still going to be there.
Dropping 28 and 6, so I think he's going to stay. He's very loyal. He's been on the record multiple times saying he really does want to stay. So I think Charlotte is going to retain him. There's no even need to look at other teams right now.
Yep. Honestly, for the most part, I think I agree with that. The next free agent we're gonna be touching on is Klay Thompson.
Are you talking about Claytheism?
Claytheism. That's the one. He's averaging 22 points per game, around 4 rebounds. But honestly, this is a career low.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on. He can't shoot. He forgot how to shoot. Maybe Nader, can you teach him?
Claytheism is just the most unique thing I've ever experienced in the NBA media and culture. I think Thompson is one of the funniest guys you'll ever come across. He's also one of the best shooters in NBA history.
But he forgot how to this season, though.
He did drop 14 three-pointers on...
I dropped that in my sleep, but no biggie. It happens.
Just in crunch time, Terry.
Okay. I get buckets,
With Klay, again, the only team that is valuable to him, if he's actually has a brain and doesn't go to, Dallas or something, he has to stick with the Warriors, because that's the only team that can actually grant him success. He's a spot-up shooter. If we really look at it and look at him and see exactly what he is, he's like a Ray Allen, honestly, near the end of his career. He's a spot-up guy. You get the ball to him in a good open shot, he's going to nail it. So, again, no need to look at any other teams. Obviously, LA is going to be there. That's probably the only team I'd look at. But if I'm Klay, even with his weird psyche and his weird head, I have to stick with Golden State.
So with Klay Thompson, I think with them getting a new arena and all the history,
the Chase,
my God,
the Chase Center.
Oh dear God. But the history him and Steph have together, the Splash Bros, and the legacy they have there, they're gonna have statues there one day.
Statues.
This team is on pace to be one of the greatest, and I don't think you can give that up for maybe a different opportunity. I think this is the opportunity he needs to stay with, and it's gonna lead him to great success in the future.
I agree.
So the next one is
Jimmy Butler at number 4.
Jimmy Buckets.
Oh,
Let's get this straight.
Jimmy, break up the locker room. No team chemistry buckets.
All right, that one's a bit long.
That was long.
I don't think that's gonna fit on the driver's license, but that's cool. All right.
He plays for Philadelphia right now, represented by Bernie Lee.
Bernie Lee is... I told you, we got mad facts. We got everything here.
He's averaging about 21 points a game, 5 assists. He also does amazing things on both ends of the floor. He's one of the best two-way players in the league. Again, every player on this list that we're naming will get a max contract. It doesn't matter if they don't play for the rest of the season or they drop 1 point a game for the rest of the season. Somebody will offer them a max deal. Jimmy Butler, unfortunately, I do not think will stay with Philadelphia. That's just my bold prediction.
They have to sign TJ McConnell this offseason. They got to throw mad bills at him too. So
thousands of millions of billions of dollars you have to throw at him.
I don't know why not Philly? Why not?
I think Jimmy Butler, one thing he always wanted to be was be the guy.
Okay.
You have Ben Simmons, you have Joel Embiid. I know he can still coexist for 6 months that they're going to play together, but he wants to go, and I think a really good team to watch is the Brooklyn Nets. He wants to go to a team where he is the number one guy. Nobody can say a dang thing to him.
Brooklyn, really?
Brooklyn, a team that is lower and not really a not really a contender, and he's gonna go to the East for sure.
Do you think he wants to go to a team like, let's say it's Brooklyn, to kind of cement his legacy?
Yeah.
To show how great he is, to take a team that's not even in the playoffs, to bring them to the playoffs, and single-handedly show that Jimmy Butler is no joke.
I think even when you look at the Minnesota Timberwolves when they had him, he took the third stringers and he beat the starters. That's the type of player he is. That's the type of guy he is right there.
He actually talked about it, and he said he only shot once. He took one shot in that practice.
Yeah.
But that's the kind of guy he is. He's willing to do the most extreme things to make one point.
Exactly, things. And that's something that I think is going to drive him out of Philadelphia. And I think Ben Simmons is going to be like, okay, like I'm not even getting the ball that much anymore. And Joel Embiid, you can
tell he's frustrated.
Exactly.
You can tell.
He was frustrated. Number 3 on our list, Kyrie Irving. You want to take that one away?
Yeah, Kyrie Irving is a bucket. He is currently on the Boston Celtics.
Did you call him Kyrie Irving or Uncle Drew?
I think I said Kyrie, but my bad.
Wasn't there a movie we went to?
Oh yeah. Honestly, Uncle Drew, one of the greatest movies I've ever seen. Me and Nader wanted to stab ourselves throughout this entire movie.
It was so bad.
But we had like a quick date night, so it was like it was a good time, Probably literally that was the last time we ever went to the movie together.
And we'll never go again.
Yep.
I don't care if it's Uncle Drew 35, we'll never go again. It was
I just want to say that was Nader's choice of movie, not mine. I was forced to go. He literally made me, so I was like,
it was
okay,
my
let's do
choice.
this.
It was a terrible movie. Do not buy this film. I'm serious. Even if it's on Netflix, do not watch this movie. Continue, Turn.
All right, Kyrie Irving. He is having a pretty good season. Not the greatest, but pretty good. Averaging close to 22 points, 6 assists. Kyrie Irving is the focal point of the Boston Celtics, but I get a similar vibe with Jimmy Butler and Kyrie Irving.
I do.
Kyrie Irving seems like he wants to be the guy, and in Boston, I don't see that.
I agree.
I don't know. I don't think it's a good situation there, and I think Kyrie is going to dip.
Right when Jason Tatum started to take off, you can tell Kyrie Irving, and he might not show it, but he wanted to be the number one guy. And when you have a guy like Jason Tatum come in here and kind of just clean house and be so dominant, he's obviously fallen off a little bit.
Do you think he's overhyped? I think he is.
I think he's overhyped. Of course, I think he's a little bit overhyped. Last season he deserved it. This season he's kind of falling back down to earth. But just with that example, Taryn, Kyrie Irving kind of showed his ego a little bit, saying like, this guy's the guy. Now I have to take a back seat to this 18-year-old because it's just not right.
Yeah.
I think 2 teams to look out for. Number 1 is going to be Boston again. Like, he wants to be a team guy. He wants to win a championship. This might be his best opportunity to do that. The next one would be easily New York City. And I think a lot of these free agents that we're listing can also think about New York. Because it sells itself. It's New York City.
Yeah.
It's Madison Square Garden. And I think Kyrie Irving loves the bright lights.
Oh, yeah.
I think he'll love that city even more. If he can go there and guide that team to a playoff spot with Kristaps, if he can get healthy, oh my gosh, man. That guy's he's going to cement his legacy as like the king of New York. So
yeah, I think Kyrie Irving was definitely like born for like the bright lights, and honestly, I hope the Knicks get him. The Knicks have been shitty for so long; they deserve somebody.
Oh my god!
Hopefully Zion too. You know what? Throw Zion in there.
Throw Zion.
Maybe one other free agent, and who knows? You could put him back on the map, and New York could be a real contender to get back into the finals.
Get Carmelo out of the hoodie. Get him in a Knicks jersey. Anything can happen, Taryn.
All right, we gotta go. Oh my god! All right, so number 2 we have Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi Leonard is beasting right now for Canada. Like
playing amazing.
Oh my god.
He's literally, since he's healthy now and doesn't have any drama, he's easily one of, if not the best two-way player in the league. He just dropped 45 points on the reigning Defensive Player of the Year, Rudy Gobert. I think with Kawhi Leonard, it's going to be one of 2 things. Toronto, if Toronto can go to the finals, they are going to be a problem. And then obviously it's going to be LA, whether it's the Clippers, whether it's the Lakers, he's going to go to
probably
LA.
Clippers.
But if I'm Kawhi Leonard, and I know I'm never going to be Kawhi Leonard, in my mind, I would stick with Toronto because obviously, I live in Canada and I want to see a championship.
Yep, of course.
But 2, he is the guy here, no questions asked. He is literally the star player, and he can control anything he wants. It's just, that's how it is. And I think if Toronto can make him happy, he's going to easily stick with Toronto. So
honestly, I want to believe that's true. Obviously, we have a Canadian bias going on here, but literally the Clippers, they're okay. Like, they're always going to be second to the Lakers. When you're in Canada, you have everybody cheering for you. And Kawhi Leonard, yesterday he had MVP chance. Everybody wants him here, and he needs to understand that he is like appreciated here.
Toronto has never had a star. You can throw in Vince, you can throw in T-Mac, you can throw in DeMar.
DeMar?
DeMar?
The more I say it, the less I like it.
But I think Kawhi is just miles ahead of any of those players. So,
and the number one free agent in this class
Chris
is
Middleton.
All right, I'm looking for a new co-host. So anybody, literally anybody who wants it, I'll take a chair. I'll literally take a chair at this point. Is Kevin Durant? KD is a. Oh my God.
What is he? He's a god. He's a man amongst, what is he?
He's an Insta god. He's commenting on everybody's posts. He's throwing a couple of replies, throwing some shade and shit.
Burner accounts. Oh my gosh.
I mean, look at that smile. It's so disturbing. It literally makes me like.
But in all seriousness, obviously, like we literally do not need to say a word about Kevin Durant. One of the best players I think in NBA history I've ever laid my eyes on. He's so dominant.
That was like your
it was
first gaze.
It was kind of sentimental, honestly.
Yeah.
Oklahoma City.
Yeah.
When he did leave, it was kind of weak, but I think he's gonna stay with. I think he's gonna stay with Golden State, but. With what happened with Draymond Green, this literally could take over Kevin Durant, and that's really gonna weigh in on his psyche. But where do you think he's gonna land?
All right, so I'm a little biased here because Golden State's cool. They've done big things. I get it. But I think KD needs to go to his own team and prove that he's the number one option and that he is as great as we all think he is. And I think that place is New York. New York? Can you imagine KD in New York? Kristaps, potentially Zion. Imagine if they get Kyrie too. That team is going to the finals. I don't care who else is in the conference.
And can you imagine the NBA with a good New York Knicks
team?
Dude,
the league will be bumping. New York's good. Lakers are good.
My God. That's the one thing we need in the NBA. The Knicks have been so bad for so long. I would love nothing more than to see Kevin Durant put on a Knicks jersey. That would be incredible.